Hey, so it's the end of Easter. It's 50 days of Easter, and it's been 50 days of us trying to make sense of what hope feels like when there's nothing naturally to be hopeful about, that we feel stuck. And it's just never quite dawn. And we've walked through this together. And okay, I'll be honest, I've just always been kind of that more of that Lent person. So I started these daily videos because in Lent, because I thought now's a really good time to be depressing. It was before the pandemic, and I'm just naturally that person. And I wanted a chance to reflect on the feeling of the not-yetness of the world. In a culture that likes us better when we are good, better, best. Best life now. Always auditioning for the Bachelorette. and I just knew my life was never going to add up to that. And then all of a sudden, there was just more and more a need for this common language that we're all living in when we can't ever fully experience our potential. And the promises of our own prosperity gospels and our self-help culture just fall short. And that just became truer and truer and truer the more that we started living into the reality of the pandemic. But then the existential crisis for me was but then Lent, which was this period of waiting to march up to the cross, and then leading into Easter, in which we're supposed to experience the fullness of hope, just felt a little weird. So that kind of became the question is how do we live into hope? How do we live into the reality of God's desires for us on earth when we're just always still stuck? And so I'm just really grateful for the way that you all have participated and that this has become, out of this, we launched the Life Together Apart community, which is now at 4,000 members of the nicest people being kind to one another. And the comments I see here on Instagram, in which you are so good to each other, it's been a huge source of encouragement for me and frankly relief that we can all be witnesses to each other. Witnesses in that double sense. Witnesses, it's from it's from the Greek word. But the Greek word for witness is the same Greek word for martyr, martyrdom, someone who suffers. And witness as in to also see, to stand alongside and be no, I saw it too. So the fact that we can be a community of witness for each other, people who learn to suffer alongside one another, has been an unbelievably beautiful experience for me. So thank you so much for being my Lent people and also my Easter people when I wasn't totally sure how Easter would feel in this turn toward hope. So thank you for marching through these 50 days with me. I'm so grateful. And and tomorrow's this Sunday is Pentecost, which means that it's a different season. It's one in which God's always trying to do a new thing. And in the meantime, you've been with me in this season, doing this hard thing, which has been trying to find light in the dark and hope in a season of confusion. So I'm really grateful. I love you all for that. I can hear the sounds of a boy who needs to be homeschooled, so I'll go. But thank you for experiencing these beautiful, terrible days with me. I'm so grateful.